Janice Ray, the author of Ecology of a Krakow Childhood, is able to describe her life and surroundings through literary elements to create her own ecology. For example, on page 268, she describes the landscape to be carried inside her like an egg. This allows us to see that she is connected to the land in more than a physical way. It hurts her that the land is being destroyed, but she remains hopeful. She is also able to put her surroundings into a positive light by describing something as simple as the dirty river water her grandpa used to swim in, and change it into an imaginary and whimsical experience by saying the metaphor. He would leap into the chocolate milk head and all, on page 41. Ray is able to liven any part of her ecology because to her, everything is alive, meaningful, and active. Like on page 37, she is simply describing lightning, as it was extremely possessive and wouldn't agree to divide. But by doing this, she's able to tell the story of nature as it would be in an Indian folklore. By describing Janice's surrounding environment, she urges the reader to see how much it means to her and how wrapped up she is with it. For example, towards the beginning of the book, she describes how she is a child of the pine. On page 6, she says she was delivered to her parents as the pine needles cradled a long-limbed newborn child. From the beginning, she has been swaddled and consumed by the natural ecology around her. I believe that she intentionally uses nature to surround her as she wants to push how little she had but how much she made of it. For something as small as an Indio snake that eats fish, frogs, toads, and other snakes, she makes it sound almost luxurious as she draped it over her shoulders like a midnight blue scarf, like on page 188. By describing the snake this way, she brightens its bad connotation to the reader. Ray also uses other elements of nature to describe herself, in my opinion. She tells the story of a flatwood salamander on page 220, as she says, since flatwood salamanders are most common in areas maintained by regular burning, fire appears to be one of its requirements. I believe she says this to relate it to nature, but also herself, as it shows that she was burned, but it helped her get into where she is now. As I go through hardships, I am surrounded by the same things as Ray was. I have family, friends, God, nature like the plants and trees, and animals like my dogs, but also sports teams and the Roswell community. These biotic factors help describe me outside my own personality and actions. Like Janice, I am also surrounded by abiotic factors, mine being my phone, the beach, the lake, church, money, cheerleading, volunteering, and school. These all combine to allow me to be Anna. Without them, I wouldn't be the same, just like Janice. Because there is such a variety of cultures, opinions, and environments, it is important to pick certain and meaningful elements that you would be proud to encompass yourself in, like friends, family, trees, and streams. These things not only affect your ecology, but other ecologies around you. Because life is not only about the actions you take, but who and what surrounds you. Because as Janice Ray has said, what she comes from has made her who she is, on page 33. This is important to remember as we go through life and make decisions on what we should and shouldn't put in our own ecology.